and welcome to the BraindAI Podcast. I'm your host, Lenka. This is the show for digital agencies and innovative brands focused on predictable growth. We deliver the AI solutions and systems required to streamline client acquisition and automate service delivery, ensuring you are maximizing your capacity to scale. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by someone who is right in the thick of digital marketing and agency growth, Avril. Avril is a key player at 22, a rapidly growing agency based in Brisbane that handles everything from SEO and organic social to comprehensive paid media campaigns across platforms like Google, Meta, LinkedIn, and even emerging channels like Spotify and Pinterest. In her dual role, Avril is both an account manager and an implementation specialist, meaning she's not only setting the strategy, but she's also hands-on executing campaigns and driving results for a diverse range of clients, from local business to well-known national brands. Avril, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
First off, congrats on being on podcast. You mentioned this was a goal of yours. Can you tell us a little bit more about your journey and how you ended up working in digital marketing at 22?
Yes. So thank you so much for inviting me onto the podcast. As you say, I had set a list of goals for this year. I'm 30 next week. So this is one of my goals and I'm getting to tick that off. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, a bit about my journey and how I ended up in digital marketing. I started my career in B2B marketing around intent data. So always kind of had an interest around AI and machine learning and how that impacts customers and and how we can spot trends and things for customers. I moved to Australia earlier this year and really just saw this as an opportunity to not only build on the career that I had developed in Ireland, but then also to scale that and be a little bit more creative. When the opportunity to interview for 22 came up, it felt like it was the perfect storm of skills brought together. I actually said in my interview, I feel like the role was made for me. So that's kind of how I've ended up in a more digital marketing role and has kind of developed just not only from account management, but more into the digital side of things as well.
Love it. What a lovely story. 22 does a lot of SEO and paid ads and social. It's kind of a huge mix. Do you guys manage all of those different areas? What's your personal favorite right now?
So yeah, obviously there is a lot of elements to digital marketing. We very much know where our areas of expertise are. We're very lucky to have multiple different members with multiple different skill sets. It's a really great way for us to be able to serve our clients with expertise, but also then allow our team to grow our knowledge base as well. My favorite one at the moment is paid media. I'm really enjoying working across the different channels. Probably the most well-known ones are our Google ads, but then also exploring different areas like Spotify ads or Pinterest ads as well. I think what I really like about that is that we can be really targeted to reach our audience in different ways. But then also as well allows us to see kind of those hard stats at the bottom. What's converting? How are we reaching people? What works in terms of imagery and what resonates with audiences? So I feel like there's a lot that can be learned from paid media that then you can also roll out across your other channels into your organic socials and across your SEO as well there. So as cliche as it is, they do all feed into each other. But at the moment, I'm particularly enjoying paid media.
I can tell you really enjoy what you do, which is amazing. We hear a lot about AI. Instead of being afraid of it, I think your agency is really embracing it. Can you share one simple way that you're using AI tools to help your clients with their marketing?
Yeah, so unfortunately, AI is just going to be the way the world goes. We're very lucky. Our founder, Sarah, is very into AI, knows her stuff backwards and forwards, and really encourages us to explore and learn more about it, but also understand it well enough to know what actually will work and what doesn't work. I've seen it firsthand within Meta. They're suggesting their creative ads, and I've had instances where things definitely don't work. So human touch is definitely still needed across all of these things. But a simple way we use it, and it is really simple, but it just helps with it in terms of efficiencies. It just really allows us to refine and test messaging that obviously allows us to do that a little bit quicker. It allows us then to be able to, if there is something that's not resonating with our audience, we're able to change that quite quickly and have multiple options to hand. So that's just something we're using at the moment. We definitely make sure though we are checking everything, that anything is used AI on, and making sure that we are actually giving it that human touch, because as I say, there is a lot of times it's still not getting it right. And at the end of the day, we know our clients and we know our audience that we're trying to target best. So it's making sure that that human touch is still in there with the elements of AI as well.
Do you reckon is improving massively in the last, let's say, I feel that the last year has been really critical in AI space, and a lot of things somehow just popped up out of nowhere.
I do agree. I have to say, now I think we've made like leaps and bounds, or what we have access to. We have seen leaps and bounds. Obviously, it's improving a lot. I think I've seen AI probably in one of its most primitive forms when I first started my career, and then how it's grown in the last 8 years is incredible. I will agree. I would say the last, I would say 3 years has really been instrumental in terms of machine learning and how AI can be implemented, and our accessibility to AI as well, just in our everyday lives. So I would agree that I think the last year has been critical, and it's very interesting to see how brands are going to use it going forward, or how we are going to continue to use it in our everyday lives as well. I just think it's so funny. There will be a generation who might ask, what's Googling something? Because they'll just be so used to ChatGPT and the other platforms as well.
Yeah, the other day I was thinking that I almost don't remember my days before ChatGPT. And it was only a few years back, but it feels like it's always been around. So yeah, definitely agree.
Definitely.
We talk about the search as well and how it can change the way how people are searching, to your Google point, just with one click answer. What is the single most important thing a business owner should focus on today to make sure that, their brand stays visible?
Yeah, so obviously one click search has become such a big topic, and it's something that a lot of brands, especially from an SEO perspective, are a little bit concerned about. How do we still perform? I know I am barely looking at websites anymore. You're always going with the Gemini like summary, so you are. So it's definitely a very valid question. Really, what brands need to do is just know the challenges and the questions that their clients or their customer base is going to face, and just answer those consistently across all of their channels, whether that is through their paid media, their website, and through their socials as well. Having that consistency of message alongside then the more what I'm going to now call traditional SEO formats, that'll allow then to build consistent answers that then one click search and zero click search will know that this is actually the correct answer to the question, and will get the customer the answer they want. So that's what I think will be the focus probably over the next year or so as well.
Yeah, I think clients are a little bit worried because it is a new, space, and is evolving so quickly, much quicker than the whole internet actually did. It will be interesting to see what will happen in the next 12 months. You handle both client side and technical side of campaigns. How do you manage the switch between talking to clients and then getting to the platforms on the tools to actually run the ads?
Yes, so I've done account management for a large portion of my career. So I think it's possibly a little bit of second nature to me at this point, but I do genuinely really love it. I love working with clients and communicating and collaborating with them, and then being able to see ideas that come from conversations come to life. And previously, I maybe was a little bit less hands-on in terms of actually seeing those strategies and those conversations come to life. Whereas with this being on the tools, I'm able to implement the strategies, not only that we're planning and preparing for, but then actually see those come to life, be a little bit more creative as well. And yeah, it's probably allows me to understand what potential customers are also maybe struggling with, or if they've been running their marketing before, or if they have, they want to come into a growth engine kind of phase of their business. It allows me to kind of understand the different platforms and like the issues that they may face, or like ask the questions that they're going to ask, like, this is how I want to grow my business, how can I do that? And being more familiar with the tools allows me to know how I can implement a strategy that will work.
Yeah, I agree. My background is similar, so I was kind of sitting on both sides, and I have to say that it was some communication with clients were just easier because you understood the background and what's happening behind the scenes in order to make it work. So I think that's also the way how you can build your trust even further with your clients. So well done. It's not easy to be across both. It has challenges, definitely.
It's certainly fun, but you just become a problem solver.
Yeah, exactly. 22 works with everyone, so from huge brands to small local businesses. Is there a big difference in your strategy and approach when it comes to small versus big clients?
That's a really good question. So I think some people would think things are completely different. I would say the thinking stays the same, but it's the execution that changes. Obviously, as well, depending on what the client need is, like needs can be so different for small business versus larger businesses. Small business kind of tends to focus around probably building the foundations of understanding their market and their tone of voice and branding, and then really how to make themselves a little bit more efficient by like outsourcing to the likes of an agency. Whereas like larger brands, they have their tone of voice and probably are very familiar with what their audience is, but they need a little bit more structure and the ability to scale that they potentially don't have internally, or they want just like a specific knowledge base. Like the benefits of obviously working with an agency is that you have experts that you can refer to straight away without having to hire or without having to have your own internal department as well. So I think that's really quite interesting as well. But what we'll always do at the back of that, like as I say, the thinking's the same. We will obviously adapt strategy so that it fits the actual specific business needs, because not everyone's going to need the same services. Yes, we provide multiple services, but not every client is going to have the same portfolio that is applied to their marketing mix.
Yeah, thank you. Also, your agency has grown fast lately. What is the biggest lesson you've learned about growing a business quickly, especially when it comes to your team and keeping them happy?
So yeah, our agency, we have hit heavy growth mode this year. So we have, which has been amazing to see. I've only been in the business 9 months, but in that time we've seen amazing growth, new clients coming on, existing clients growing. It's been incredible. I think what's really been highlighted to me, and like what's something I will love to take into my career in the future, is the importance of great leadership and like how important company culture is. We are so lucky to have an incredible founder and an amazing general manager who always put the team first, and find the right people to hire, not only to fit the brands that we serve, but also as well, like to see who fits the company culture. Like a lot of people tend to fit the skill set of marketing, which is great, but not everyone will fit company culture or who we'll be working with in terms of our clients. So I think that's been very like a standout moment for me. The hiring for us has been super deliberate, and it's allowed us then to scale very quickly, keep our customers really happy, and us as a team just to thrive together. And it really has created a lot of excitement and good energy for coming into 2026.
Exciting. And while we're talking 2026, what is the one thing in marketing or AI, you can choose, that you personally are more excited about?
Probably a little mix of both, I'm going to say, with marketing and AI. I really think it's super interesting the way immersive brand experiences are kind of popping out. So with the efficiencies that we're seeing through reporting and analytics and trends through AI, I think it's allowed brands to be a little bit more creative, allowed brands to get out into the community, find their brand advocates and share experiences with them. It's obviously such a huge part and such a growth engine for so many brands. And if they get that right, they have brand advocates for life. So I'm really excited to see how brands will lean into that to allow for like deeper engagement with their audience. And basically how they're gonna get that real connection that builds that long-term value.
Love it. Well, thank you so much, Avril. This was great.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been really good to answer some of your questions and just have a great discussion like this. I love talking all things marketing, so it's been a perfect forum for that.
And remember, there will be some links behind in the podcast, so if you'd like to reach out to Avril or 22, feel free to just email, message, contact them. To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in, and remember to subscribe and review. We will be back soon with another interesting topic.